Welcome to the Future's All-American Selection Show, brought to you by Boomba. I'm Olivia Stacy alongside Jamie Loprice, who is a former MPF outfielder and VP of USA Elite Select. And after 20 tryouts throughout the country, the rosters for 8 different regions for the All-American Games in Orlando have been set. Such an exciting moment for these young athletes who are about to find out if they were selected. And Jamie, we have the results for the SoCal region. How did you narrow down the field?
Yeah, these players, they all came out for a tryout. They were evaluated by professional players in the NPF, and then from there we selected the top 24 athletes in each age group, and then we narrowed it down to an American team and a national team.
Well, the moment that you've all been waiting for, let's kick it off with our 10U American team. Pitching, we have Bryn Henson, Chandler Berry, Piper Clark, Grace Walters, and Tori Parente.
A player that stood out is Bryn Henson. She's a right-handed pitcher out of Cathedral City, California. Great accuracy. She'll do a really good job there for the 10U team.
In the outfield, we have Ivy McClendon. In the infield, we have Sarah Williams, Kylie Waltermeyer, Amelia Lowry, and Madison Zimmerman.
Kylie Waltermeyer, she's out of Washington, really stood out here. Very athletic, had great throws, also really good range.
And catching will be Skylar Stroh and Peyton Colbert.
Skylar Stroh out of California, she was a catcher that stood out really well because of the way she set up behind the plate and received the ball. Also showed a really strong arm.
We move on to the national team. In the circle will be Adelaide Hack, Cassidy Pontbriant, Meadow Terry.
A couple of players who stood out here were Adelaide Hack. She's a right-handed pitcher, also a middle infielder, just a really good athlete, showed a lot of consistency. And then Meadow Taylor, she's out of Illinois, she'll be playing for the SoCal team. She's a right-handed pitcher with nice changeup and great movement.
In the outfield will be Kylie Thornquist. In the infield will be Brooke Mahaney, Megan Ramos, Kelsey Skinner, and Peyton Carver. Catching will be Isabella Perez, Audrey Lucina, and Devin Johnston. Now it's time to announce our 11U American team. Pitching, we have Jasmine Jones, Chloe Treadway, and Antonia Milanovic. In the infield, we have Taryn Backham, Bailey McConnell, Chloe Lopez, Grace Hassaman, Molly Grace, Gianna Rishi, and Julia Rennie.
A couple players that stood out here. One was Grace Hassaman, and what really impressed the pros there was the attitude that she showed, her coachability, but also had really good accuracy and range. Another one is Gianna Rishi. She's out of Illinois. Again, will be playing for the SoCal team. An infielder who really attacked the ball well and had a great swing with high marks in the hitting categories.
And behind the plate, watch for Courtney Holcomb and Macy Watkins.
Macy Watkins was a great one to watch behind the plate. She blocks the ball really well. She's got a great glove. Also has good mechanics in the infield.
Now it's time to take a look at our national team. Pitching, we have Peyton Duncan, Riley Summers, Alexis Ayersman, and Adeline Kat Laxon.
A couple pitchers who stood out here. One was Riley Summers, right-handed pitcher, scored really well in her pitching categories. And then also Alexis Ayersman out of Phoenix, very athletic pitcher, had good velocity, nice drop ball, and changeup on the mound.
In the outfield will be Paige Bankston and Gabby Ray. And in the infield will be Lauren Chi, Anissa Pimentel, Amelia Boris, and Ellie Grabowski.
Lauren Chi was a really good athlete. She's a middle infielder outfield, scored very high marks in both her outfield categories. Also good hands and slapping skills at the plate.
Catching will be Michaela Gandera and Rowan Mulholland. Now let's take a look at our 12U American team. Pitching, we have Alyssa Costello, Macy Barber, and Alicia Garcia.
Macy Barber, a top performer, right-handed pitcher. She's got great movement and accuracy.
In the infield, we have Madeline Harding, Avery Belspacco, Courtney Ayler, Emily Arts, Alyssa Suarez, and Haley Melvin.
Courtney Ayler, a middle infielder who really stood out with her footwork, her glove work. She's also, at her tryout, had very consistent line drives at the plate.
Catching will be Tristan Boyer, Bailey Bartlett, and Kylie Baldwin.
Bailey Bartlett out of College Station. She's a catcher, had a lot of talk, really good communicator behind the plate, and also a really strong arm.
Now it's time for our national team. Pitching will be Julie Brown, Tyler Aubrey, Danielle Deaton, Katie Taylor, and Addison Coyce.
Tyler Aubrey, she's also at a College Station, a right-handed pitcher who scored very well in her pitching categories, a smooth pitching motion, had excellent field marks in the infield as well.
In the infield will be Natalie Harris, Emily Robinson, Jordan Martinez, Abby Oda, Alejandra Landa, and Coy Carter.
Had a couple who standed out here. Abby Oda, she had great range in the middle infield, also one of the fastest 20-yard sprints in all of the tryouts. And then Natalie Harris out of College Station, a middle infielder with such a quick release, a very strong athlete there up the middle.
Behind the plate, you'll find Sarah Velasquez and Ashley Griffin. Congratulations to all those athletes named to the SoCal teams. And when we come back from this short break, we'll announce the 13 and 14U teams, and Jamie is going to explain how Easton is getting involved in this year's All-American Games.
Being selected in the NPF draft, you are immediately welcomed into an organization that demonstrates work ethic, dedication, and love for fast-pitch softball. As the official uniform provider for the NPF, we at Boomba recognize this. Our unparalleled craftsmanship shows in the way the products look and perform for these high-level athletes. Boomba's cutting-edge uniforms, products, and our commitment to the sport of fast pitch are why we are the official uniform provider for the NPF.
How did I get there? I played against the best.
How did I get there? I challenged myself.
How did I get there? I raised my level of competition.
USA Elite Select. Your legacy starts here.
And welcome back to the Futures All-American Selection Show, brought to you by Boomba. Before we announce our 13 and 14U teams, Jamie, you have an exciting announcement about how Easton is going to impact these young players.
Yeah, something cool we're doing this year is with Easton, one of our sponsors. They're actually going to outfit all of our 13 and 14-year-olds with a brand new bat, and they'll also get some new gear that's customized to their team colors. A really cool opportunity for these 13 and 14-year-olds.
And now let's announce who made the cut for our 13U team. On our American roster, let's start off with our pitchers. We have Paige McAllister, Kayla Swinson, Taylor Turner, Jada Oleski, and Juliana LaRusso. In the infields, we have A.B. Thomas, Hannah Reimel, Gabrielle Buffington, Madison Griever, and Elle Mooney.
A couple of players who'll be fun to watch here. One is Gabrielle Buffington. She's a middle infielder out of Georgia. Had really good range, good athlete. Also Ellie Mooney out of Rockford. She's a middle infielder. A great job, scored really high on her glove work and her footwork.
And catching will be Gianna Fazzolari and Erin Simmons.
Gianna Fazzolari, she's a catcher, blocked really well, framed the ball really well. She'll be a fun catcher for those pitchers to throw it to.
Taking a look at our national team, pitching will be Samantha Nelson, Trinity Robertson, and Claire McCann.
Claire McCann, she's a right-handed pitcher out of Quakertown, really good velocity, also had great movement on her curveball.
In the infields will be Alina Yazik, Cassidy Moika, Caitlin Donnelly, Carly Mae Manny, Christina Arcos, Madison Hickman.
Look out for Caitlin Donnelly. She's got a great backhand there in the middle infielder, also a lot of great accuracy, and then a good swing with a lot of power at the plate.
Catching will be Jenna Patterson, Delaney McDilda, and Taylor Von Barron.
McDilda, she's really one who impressed at the tryout. She had really good communication back there, blocked the ball. She'll be a fun one. Also Taylor Von Barron, she had a good arm, a quick release, and then a great blocker behind the plate.
And now it's time to announce our 14U American team. Pitching, we have Jaden Harris, Isabella Hinojosa, and Emily Eller.
Isabella Hinojosa, watch out for her. She's a right-handed pitcher with very good movement, especially on that drop ball.
And in the outfield will be Elise Mills. In the infield, we have Josie Steinberg, Brianne Hill, McKenna Hauser, and Christina Zeppa.
Brianna Hill, she was one that impressed at the tryout. She's an infielder with very good accuracy, also a lot of range there.
Catching, we have Madison McKee, Sierra Culver, Olivia Carmack, and Megan McManus.
Megan McManus, she's a catcher out of Quakertown, a very aggressive player, blocks the ball well. She's had overall really good posture behind the plate.
Moving on to our national team, in the circle will be Haley Smith, Chloe Wheeler, and Emily Perrin.
Haley Smith, she's out of Cathedral City, California, right-handed pitcher with a really good curveball, also a great eye and good contact hitter at the plate.
In the outfield will be Megan McCow and Kaylin Tussman. Let's also take a look at the infield, where we have Alexis Valinsky, Madison Schwartz, Angeli Rivera, and Haley Carbone. And behind the plate will be Sydney Gutierrez, Brooke Booney, and Madison Dwell.
Sydney Gutierrez, she's a player, another one out of Cathedral City, a middle infielder catcher, had good transfer behind the plate, also showed a lot of range in the infield.
Well, congratulations to all the athletes named to the SoCal teams. And what can they expect the first week of August in Orlando? It's going to be such an exciting week of competition.
It really is. It's going to be a lot of fun for these athletes to come out. The camaraderie is fun. They get to meet meet their new teammates, they get to get on the field to compete, represent something bigger than themselves. It's truly a great experience, the All-American Games.
A big opportunity, so make sure to mark your calendars for August 1st through the 6th, and we'll see you in Orlando.
Being selected in the NPF draft, you are immediately welcomed into an organization that demonstrates work ethic, dedication, and love for fast-pitch softball. As the official uniform provider for the NPF, we at Boomba recognize this. Our unparalleled craftsmanship shows in the way the products look and perform for these high-level athletes. Boomba's cutting-edge uniforms, products, and our commitment to the sport of fast pitch are why we are the official uniform provider for the NPF.